Okay, today is February the 24th, 2016. We're watching the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop, and this is a kind of a rerun of yesterday. We have a pinwheel of low pressure spinning up in the Gulf of Alaska. We have high pressure still installed off of California, which is blocking a very large cold front that extends all the way down to 20 degrees north, right along this line right here. We'll take a look at that. We have some heat being applied right here, and there's a developing storm right here, and there we can see a disruption right in here, and that's where they're focusing a transmitter. These weather controllers are able to point microwave and use HARP technology to generate heat and disrupt the jet stream flow, and also to weaken the cores of these low pressure systems. We're going to take a look next at the infrared loop. See that front, cold front from that storm right there, and that actually extends, this cold front extends all the way down to the Hawaiian Islands. All right, here's the jet stream, and we can see that the jet stream is curving up towards the Canadian territories. We've got a lot of high pressure down here, and there is a slight disruption right in this area, but that's not being indicated on this particular map. Okay, here's the western U.S. water vapor loop. See a lot of clockwise rotation right in here. This is where the high pressure has been parked for the last, well, this will be, I think, the seventh day. Seventh day, I believe it is. Okay. We had chemtrails in the skies of Los Angeles today again. That's because of some residual moisture. They're trying to keep the atmosphere dried out. All right, next is the infrared loop. There are pockets of moisture moving through the state. We can see that right here, and that is one of the reasons they are spraying chemtrails. That keeps the humidity very low. This morning we had 14% relative humidity. Right now at 10 o'clock we have 54 degrees for the temperature. We have 39% for the relative humidity. We have 30 degrees for the dew point, and the barometric pressure is 30.03. All right, here's the surface analysis map, and we can see that cold front, very large cold front, extending all the way down from the Gulf of Alaska, all the way down to right along here where the Hawaiian Islands are at 20 degrees north. And of course, this is an opportunity for some weather to move in, but of course we've got high pressure installed right here, and this is stationary. It's just been sitting here for nearly 7 days, and that is going to block any eastbound movement of that front. So we have plenty of weather out here, and our El Nino is going to be a bust because of these weather controllers who are literally pushing buttons and pointing transmitters, and they're controlling our weather like you would see in a wild science fiction movie. And that's exactly what's happening. Okay, next let's take a look at the the eastern U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see what's happening here. There's been some tornadoes reported in Virginia and all through this area right here. And the reason is that we've got descending air right on the core of this storm. This is a big storm. And we can see clockwise rotation right here from that descending air. That's creating some very wild weather. And right in this area, right between the border of Pennsylvania and New York, we're going to take a look here next at, first we'll look at the rainbow loop. We can see a lot of violent activity right in this area. And that's where these tornadoes were occurring all through here. And right in here, if we look at this is the 1,000 millibar vertical velocity map, and we can see that these positive numbers, 20 and 10, right here between Pennsylvania and New York, there's positive values which indicate descending air down here on this scale. Negative numbers are rising, rising air, and then these positive numbers are the descending air. So we have a lot of descending air indicated right here. And if we go back to the you go back to the water vapor map, we can see that that's exactly what's happening right here as that area of low pressure moves through, but they've got heat on it. They've got transmitter on this. And we can see on the back side here, we can see a lot of clockwise rotation. This is what we see, observe on these hurricanes that are moving up from off of Mexico towards Baja and up towards California. We always see the backside of these storms start to spin clockwise, and that's because they're hitting the core with a lot of descending air, and that is creating a lot of wild, turbulent weather, as we can see right here. Okay, so if we go to this is the 1,000 millibar vertical velocity map. You can see those positive values. Now, if we go to the 500 millibar, we can see that just the opposite right here. We've got negative numbers, which indicates rising air. Okay. All right, next we have this is the surface sea level pressure analysis for the West Coast. And we can see now that we've got a huge area of high pressure still dominating the entire Eastern Pacific. And this is going to block all this weather. So there's no rain in the forecast at all. I don't think we're going to have any rain through the end of February, which is we're just a few days before the end of the month. Here's the 500 millibar map. We see that there's some low pressure developing down here off of Baja, California. We've got some ridges shown here. And let's look at the 300 millibar. Some low pressure indicated down here. Okay, so that's pretty much the summary for today. And it's a shame that, well, it's more than a shame, but I'm not going to use any bad language, but our weather is completely manipulated, and we need to start thinking of ways to how to deal with this problem, this man-made drought, and all this manufactured weather that we're suffering through. So we all need to start thinking about that and sharing ideas on what to do to wake up our politicians at the state level and at the federal level. Okay, so that's it. We'll do another update tomorrow.